started, and I'm gonna talk slow. Now it's 6. All right. And we are gonna go ahead and get started with announcements. It is April 1st. If anyone has a joke, that would be fun. I don't have one. We do have a presentation for Pat Nolan, and the Vice Mayor will be presenting this proclamation. While we get set up, if any council members have announcements, please go ahead and start getting in the queue. Yes, Vice Mayor, you ready? It should be working. Is it not working? Try now.
Testing. Yeah, okay. We are waiting for one more council member, Madam Pro Tem.
Okay.
Might you do an announcement or two
Yes.
as we wait for him? Thank you so much.
So while we wait, a couple of things. You will be receiving some more information pretty soon. As you all are aware, every year we do a Ride with We Go, where council members are encouraged to take advantage of Transportation Month. And so we encourage council members on the Monday and the Tuesday that we have committee meetings and the council meetings to take We Go to the courthouse. So there were a few of you that participated with us last year. We do encourage you to participate this year. We started this project so you all would be aware of where there are some gaps that your constituents might experience as we go into the budget cycle. So this year, we will be sending out some more information with some graphics. We encourage you to ride together, to invite your constituent. Who knows, maybe you find a mascot riding along with you, or the vice mayor, or the mayor will invite him. Maybe there's a dog. I don't know. But please participate this year. We had a really good showing the first couple of years. I know that many of you were new, but it is very important that we are taking advantage of our public transportation. So I do encourage you all to participate in that. Vice Mayor, are you ready?
We are. Well said, Pro Tem. Thank you. I look forward to working with you on that so we can all be riding transit down here. Okay. We're so pleased to have a proclamation this evening recognizing the retirement of Mr. Pat Nolan, who is here with us this evening. Yes. So, whereas Mr. Pat Nolan is recognized as one of Tennessee's leading political analysts, and for over 3 decades, Mr. Nolan has served as the on-air political analyst for WTVF-TV News Channel 5 in Nashville, and
whereas Mr. Nolan hosts a weekly interview program, Inside Politics, that airs several times each weekend on the News Channel Plus cable outlet, and for the last year has also been a podcast. Mr. Nolan has been the host since 2006, and whereas Mr. Nolan wrote a weekly online column about politics entitled Capitol View for News Channel 5's website for 21 years, from 2002 to 2023, and
whereas Mr. Nolan began his career as a reporter for WPLN-FM from May 1973 until the end of February 1975, when on March 3rd, 1975, he joined News Channel 5 And whereas Mr. Nolan was the announcer for the first Metropolitan Council broadcast and continued those duties during his tenures with both WPLN-FM and WTVF-TV, now News Channel 5, until 1985, and whereas for almost 2 decades, Mr. Nolan served as announcer for the live TV coverage of the bi-monthly Metropolitan Council meetings from 1973 to 1985, and again from 2019 until 2023. And whereas in 1985, after a decade at the station, Mr. Nolan left News Channel 5 to become National Mayor Richard Fulton's executive assistant and press secretary. When Mayor Fulton's term was ending in 1987, Mr. Nolan returned to WTVF News Channel 5 and has served as its on-air political analyst for over 31 years, from 1987 to 1992, and from 1999 to 2025.
And whereas Mr. Nolan was also a public relations executive at Hart & Company from 1987 to 1991, and with Di Van Moy and Lawrence, DVL Siegenthaler, now Finn Partners, from 1991 to 2018, and whereas Mr. Nolan has served on several civic and education boards, including as founding member of the Father Ryan High School Board of Trust, his alma mater, class of 1969, serving 4 years as chair and vice chair, and whereas Mr. Nolan was also a founding member of the Board of Trust at St. Bernard Academy, when a parent-led group purchased SBA from the Sisters of Mercy in 1989, and he attended St. Bernard from kindergarten through 5th grade. His daughters, Kate and Kelly, are graduates of both St. Bernard and Father Ryan, and
Whereas Mr. Nolan also served on the Metro Historical Commission and the Community Television Access Board, and whereas Mr. Nolan has been married to Betty Lee Love Nolan for nearly 51 years, and
whereas Mayor Freddie O'Connell declared March 28th, 2025 as Pat Nolan Day in Nashville and Davidson County, and whereas it is fitting and proper that the Metropolitan Council extends to Mr. Pat Nolan our sincere and grateful appreciation for his dedicated service to the citizens of Nashville and Davidson County, and now therefore we, the undersigned members of the council and the Vice Mayor of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, do hereby recognize and honor Mr. Pat Nolan upon the occasion of his retirement and wish him continued success, happiness, and good health in the years to come.
I have probably been in this room more times than I can count. But when I came up here the first night in July 3rd, 1973, I had never been to a Metro Council meeting. And we have to remember in those days, it was insisted by the council that we couldn't come up here and just cover the public hearing. And the most interest was in the Vanderbilt urban renewal public hearing that was coming up. We had to do it gavel to gavel. We had to do it for the whole. That meeting did not end until like 12:45 in the morning, which some members of this council probably remember being here that long. I can't remember being here even longer than that in the last term. So it's just been interesting to see all the things that have come back to me and learning some things I didn't know. Apparently, my work here in the council is one of the reasons I got hired at Channel 5. Chris Clark said in the piece that was run on me on the station that he wanted to have somebody on his reporting staff who understood and knew the Metro Council. I'm not sure I'd ever go that far, but so that's the reason. And I had never figured, I thought they were two separate things, because when Chris called me and said, "Are you interested in being in television?" I said, "Well, yeah, but I wasn't doing anything about it." And so I went down to see him, and he hired me. And we never talked about why he wanted to hire me, and I had really never asked him over the years. So I'm deeply honored with this. Like I say, I have been in this room more than any other room in the courthouse, and I've been in this courthouse dating back to the first time I came here was in 1962 when Richard Fulton was looking. I was 10 years old, maybe 9. He was trying to get elected to Congress. There was a controversy about it, a big controversy about absentee ballots. and they were up here meeting, the executive committee of the state, of the Nashville Party, Democratic Party, was here to decide whether he was going to be the nominee or Carlton Loser, who was the incumbent congressman. And they argued and everything. And of course, my dad was friends with George Barrett. They were childhood friends. And so, and my dad was big in labor. And so we came down here and this room was filled with people with signs that said, when evil will prevail when good men fail. And I mean, I've seen a picture of it. The Tennessee got it out of their archives maybe about a year or so ago. I had never seen anything quite like that. So I think that's probably one of the reasons I got interested in it. By the way, that group did not rule in Fulton's favor that day. I think they kicked it up eventually to the state party, and they decided to put both candidates on the ballot in November, and there was no Republican on the ballot, so it was more or less a replay. And that's how Mayor Fulton got elected to Congress and served there until he came back here. And then he hired me, and he had tried to hire Oprah, not at the same time, but Oprah was there when I was there. I worked with Oprah for about a year and a half before she went off to Baltimore. That's as close to a superstar that I've ever had the chance to work with. No, I'm not. If I said the word Pat and everybody knew that'd be. Somebody says the word Oprah, you know who you're talking about. So again, I thank you very much. It's kind of fun to be back here, but then I also get to go home before you do tonight. So. Thank you. Great, thank you.
All right.
All right. Congratulations to Mr. Pat Nolan on his retirement. All right. I'll let them go ahead and get prepared for a picture. Council members, I'll let you guys take a picture while I give some announcements. If you all would like, go ahead, and if you want to do that, feel free to. While we wait on the picture, colleagues, members of the public, we are living in some difficult times. Right now at the state, we have elected officials who are debating whether or not undocumented children should have to pay for public schools, something that is very much illegal. And children are just begging to learn, and they don't care. Earlier today, we had a 80-year-old woman who was dragged out for protesting this. We are seeing some very rough times, and so I would encourage all of us to speak out and to be present and to hold each and every one of us accountable and close. It's not an easy time, and I know that personally, several of us have received many calls from people who are being detained and families who are being separated, and it's some dark times. All right, we are going to go to council announcements now. Go ahead and get in the queue if you have announcements. Council Member Bradford, queda reconocido.
Thank you, Pro Tem. Just a quick announcement for residents in District 13. After a hiatus last month while I was jet setting across the pond, Council Coffee with Your Councilman will return this month, the third Saturday of the month at Dunkin' Donuts on Bradley Parkway. Time will be 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So again, third Saturday of April, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Dunkin' Coffee on Bradley Parkway. Thank you.
Gracias, Concejal Bradford. Concejal Welsh, queda reconocida.
Gracias. I have several announcements. First of all, on Saturday, April 12th, 9 to 11 a.m., I will be having coffee and gin at Primitive Coffee at 2601 Nolensville Pike. Please come by. We can talk about anything that you would like to talk about. Love to see you. Again, that's April 12th, 9 to 11 at Primitive Coffee. On April 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Coleman Park Community Center, I am having a community meeting. We'll be talking about some rezonings and things going on in the district. Please come by to that too. Love to hear what everybody has to say. Again, April 17th, 6 to 8 at Coleman Park Community Center. And finally, Pro Tem, I have a point of personal privilege. Thursday, April 3rd, is the 20th anniversary of Radio Free Nashville, the community radio station that I co-founded way back in 2005. And as we get into our 21st year, Wright Middle School is going to start doing a radio show on my station as a regular ongoing thing. Wright is a communications magnet, and the kids have come out and visited the station and learned about radio, and they're going to be producing content, and I hope to be able to expand that to some other schools within the district. But I'd like to invite everybody to come on April 10th to Halloween in April, including costumes and candy at East Nashville Beer Works to celebrate 20 years of Radio Free Nashville. Starts at 5 o'clock and it's free, so please come on by. Thanks.
Gracias, Concejal Welsh. Concejal Harrell, queda reconocido.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. So on Monday, April 7th, we will be from 6 to 7, we'll be having a small area study. Planning Department will be launching this study that covers areas of Antioch and also Cane Ridge. So if you are in District 8, District 32, or District 29, I encourage you all to attend, because usually what happens in one of our districts affects other areas as well. So again, that is at Hamilton United Methodist Church, April 7th from 6 to 7 p.m. Thank you.
Gracias, concejal. Concejal Huffman, queda reconocido.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. Getting a little ahead of an event that's coming up on April the 19th, Council members Eastlick, Bradford, Evans, and myself are co-hosting a document shredding and bulk item drop-off day at the Hermitage Library and Police Station. Address on that is 3701 James K. Lane. And that is Saturday, April the 19th from 9 until 12. And lastly, big day in my household this past Sunday. My son, William Nealon, turned the big 3. We no longer have a toddler.
Happy birthday. All right. Concejal Stiles, queda reconocida.
Thank you so much, Pro Tem. So I wanted to make an announcement. I'm probably going to make the same announcement in 2 weeks at our next meeting, but we are having our first senior conference. I'm really excited about this. It's going to be held at the Southeast Community Center on April 17th. You all should have a flyer on your desk right now. Please share this with your senior constituents. We're going to have financial conversations. We have resource fair, and our Vice Mayor, Angie Henderson, is giving the lunch keynote speech. So if you have time on April 17th, please come. It is from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we have, I'm partnering with Expo for Seniors, and there is a website and a QR code for you to share. Thank you so very much, Pro Tem.
Thank you, Councilmember Stiles. We always appreciate our seniors like Councilmember Stiles. Okay. All right. Concejal Prepti, queda reconocido.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. First and foremost, I want to associate myself with the comments that you made earlier with regard to some of the most vulnerable folks in our communities and our populations. What we have seen coming out of the state legislature is consistent attacks on our most fundamental foundational principles of the American dream. And I stand with you and with the members of our community in speaking out against that and fighting for our constituents and upholding the most basic constitutional principles that have stood in our land for decades. And so I want to associate myself with your comments and add those into the record. Likewise, council members, colleagues, this coming Thursday, April 3rd at 4 o'clock in the council chamber, there will be a specially called rules meeting. Dave Rosenberg from the mayor's office has graciously agreed to present to council the progress of the boards and commissions working group up to this point. So please feel free to attend that. It'll be a great opportunity to get an update on that information. Actually, this is a really good segue. Speaking of the American dream, as many of you all know, my family is Haitian. We immigrated from Haiti in 1992 as the result of a military coup. And in the chamber this evening is my father. Stand up, Dad. So a testament that in one generation we can go from being ousted and being political asylees to being the first elected Haitian American in the state of Tennessee. So in Nashville, in Tennessee, and in this chamber, the American dream is very much still alive, and I will make sure that we are doing everything that we can to protect it. Thank you.
That's right. Thank you, Councilmember Prepty. Concejal Bo, queda reconocida.
Thank you so much, Pro Tem. Just want to thank everyone in District 17 who came out to my quarterly town hall this past weekend. Really appreciated seeing everyone come out to Edge Hill. And also I want to do a shout out to my beautification commissioner. Mitra Acock worked so hard, and our spring clean over the weekend was fantastic. So thank you for that. Tomorrow we are going to have our community safety meeting over in Napier and Sudicum at 5 p.m. at the Church of Messiah. Everyone is welcome. On April the 3rd, I just want to recognize and invite everyone to the Queen's Conversation. It'll be a night telling Nashville stories in partnership with the Nashville Public Library and TPAC. And Councilmember Zulfat Swar will be one of the queens this year. So that event is free at the main public library starting at 6 p.m. And then on Monday, on Monday, April 7th, this note is for my Wedgwood Houston constituents. I will be having a community meeting regarding the proposed Merritt and Martin SP, and that will start at 6 p.m. at Diskin Cider. And then on Saturday, April the 12th, thank you. On Saturday, April the 12th, the Nashville Cherry Blossom Festival will be happening right here on the public square. It is free, and everyone is welcome to that as well. And I just want to remind people that on April 12th, there will also be the second Saturday tour. We'll be celebrating spring with the Master Gardeners of Davidson County, and that will be at the Nashville City Cemetery. So very excited for that. And if you're interested, these are all free and for the community. And just before I wrap, I do want to congratulate Carter Lawrence Elementary Magnet. They turned 85 years. And yes, please congratulate them. 85 years of excellence. We celebrated over the weekend, and it is amazing because Dr. Adrienne Battle is a former Carter Lawrence alumna, and so is the current principal, Dr. Shirlita Sanders. So it was very, very exciting to see all the families and spend time with them, and to have all the alumni, staff, and students, past and present, come. So congratulations to Carter Lawrence. Thank you.
Gracias, Concejal Bo. Concejal Toombs, queda reconocida.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. On Saturday, April 19th, will be the 40th annual Kids Are Special Too Easter Egg Hunt. This is a event that was started by Senator Thelma Harper. It takes place at the Nashville Police Academy, 2715 Tucker Road. The hunt begins at 1 p.m. The field opens at 12:30. Again, that is Saturday, April the 19th, the 40th annual Kids Are Special Too Easter Egg Hunt. And just want to remind folks ahead of time that on the fourth Monday, April the 28th of this month, is the District 2 Community Meeting at 6:30 p.m. at the North Precinct. That is the fourth Monday, April the 28th at 6:30 p.m., the District 2 Community Meeting.
Gracias, Concejal Toombs. Concejal Porterfield, queda reconocida.
Gracias, Madam Pro Tem. I had a few announcements on this coming up Thursday, April the 3rd at 6 p.m. at the Otter Creek Church on West End. There will be a screening of Beyond the Bridge, a solution to homelessness. So there will be a full screening as well as a panel discussion. So I just wanted to invite everyone to come out. Anyone who's interested in hearing about some ways that we can address the unhoused community, supporting the unhoused community and addressing homelessness in Nashville, please feel free to come out. I also wanted to announce on Saturday, April the 12th from 10 to 2 p.m. will be the 21st annual Southeast Egg Hunt and Festival. Several of the Southeast Council members, if not all of the Southeast Council members, are sponsors for that event. So please come on out. And then lastly, I wanted to give a shout out to my council member, Council Lady Ellis, for our District 29 community cleanup this past weekend, as well as the Beautification Commissioner, Greg Dunnigan. They did an excellent job at that event. And the mayor was able to kick off the spring cleanup as well as the new anti-litter campaign, reminding people to not be trashly. And that event was kicked off in District 29. So I just wanted to give a shout out to my council lady and to the administration for hosting that event. Thank you.
Gracias, concejal Porterfield. Concejal Gad, queda reconocida.
Gracias, Speaker Pro Tem Sepulveda. Thank you so much. I just want to highlight in District 24, big thank you to all of the members of our community have come together to really take a leadership effort in creating a friends group for Richland Public Library, Richland Park as well. And on Sunday came together to do some community gathering on what we would like to see and envision there. So the community survey is still out. This is a community run effort. And so if you want to reach out to me, you can get that link and so be a part of the community feedback on that. And then I will encourage the entire public to get ready for the plan to play. Just get on that radar where the Parks Department will be reaching out to get community feedback on the next phase of parks throughout the county. And with that, thank you so much.
Gracias, concejal Gad. Concejal Campbell, queda reconocida.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. Just wanted to remind everyone that the Metro Planning Department has released the Housing and Infrastructure Studies Initial Findings and Preliminary Recommendations Report. They will be holding office hours April 1st through the 14th for community questions and feedback. So anyone in the community can reach out to Metro Planning and schedule a time to talk with them specifically about any questions they may have about the report. For more information on the exact times available April 1st through the 14th, go to engage.nashville.gov/housing and infrastructure. Again, engage.nashville.gov/housing and infrastructure. Thank you.
Gracias, concejal Campbell. Are there any more council members that have any announcements? Any more? Well, thank you for practicing your Duolingo with me. You all did great. Just as an FYI, knowing a second language is normal in other countries. So if you all don't know one, it's easy to pick one up. There are apps, there are books, there are TV shows and movies. I feel like I have a third one that I could probably pick up. I know I have one more left in me. We are experiencing some technical difficulties, so we are going to be starting our meeting just about 10 minutes late. So just as an FYI, if you all want to sing karaoke, tell a joke, we are available, open, mic night. It starts now. I hear that Councilmember Stiles used to be a country artist. There's a video. It's called Fast. It's on YouTube. I've seen it. I feel like I'm gonna sing it at karaoke night one night. I know that Councilmember Welsh was also a singer. I hear she has a beautiful voice. She just told us she started like a radio station. But yes, We will be starting a couple of minutes late. So just bear with us. Again, thank you all for holding tight. And we will start at around 6:40. That concludes our announcements.